Aloha mai kako, I'm Jonathan Masaki filling in for Ashley Nagaoka. Happy Halloween. Two separate federal judges have issued last-minute rulings which could help tens of millions of Americans put food on the table next month. Erica Brown has more details from Capitol Hill.
Two federal judges are siding with states and cities suing the Trump administration in the tug-of-war over food assistance that's become part of the shutdown stalemate.
If you are in a position where you can't feed your family and you're relying on that $187 a month for an average family in the SNAP program, that we have failed you.
More than 24 states argue a contingency fund was designed to keep the program running, while the administration claims the funds are not legally available to cover the benefits.
Even if it could flow, it doesn't even cover half of the month of November. So here we are again in 2 weeks having the exact same conversation.
Republicans continue to urge Democrats to support a short-term spending bill that would reopen the government. But with the standoff now on day 31, President Trump is urging Republicans to invoke a so-called nuclear option.
All they have to do is say, let's go, let's open up our country, and everything snaps back into shape.
The president is pushing for an end to the Senate filibuster that would allow the Senate to pass legislation with a simple majority. But Senate Majority Leader John Thune has repeatedly rejected the idea.
And one of my priorities as leader will be to ensure that the Senate stays the Senate. That means preserving the legislative filibuster.
Trump also slammed the Affordable Care Act's rising rates, blaming Democrats. The issue remains at the center of the government funding fight, with Democrats insisting any deal include an extension to those health care subsidies to lower health insurance premiums. Erica Brown, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
And back here at home, 168,000 Hawaii residents who rely on food stamps will be getting $250 each from the state. It's one of the programs announced by Governor Josh Green to help people impacted by the federal shutdown. Annalisa Burrows has details.
Right now, I'm signing Executive Order 2509 to help our families who are most vulnerable.
With that, Governor Green put about $145 million into new relief programs, tapping into about $29 million of the state's general fund and the Temporary Assistance for Needy Families federal grant program, which has a surplus of about $400 million. By November 14th, all current SNAP recipients will each receive $250 in their EBT cards, regardless of what their federal benefit is. No additional paperwork is needed.
This will help people because we do not have any guarantees right now that the federal government is going to open again this week, next week. We just don't know. And there are a lot of people that are going to be hungry if they don't get their SNAP benefits.
The move avoids the need to call a special legislative session to dip into the state's rainy day fund. TANF funds are also being used to fund the new Hawaii Relief Program, which gives households with minor children up to $15,000 for housing and utility payments during a financial crisis. Families can apply by calling 211. When asked whether the TANF funds can be used for food, Green said he doesn't expect pushback from federal officials who understand Hawaii's unique position as a military hub.
We're not going to be punished ultimately for trying to help people.
State officials and nonprofit leaders urged residents to seek help from nonprofits, food banks, and OHA, which also offers emergency relief funds.
But the greater risk is doing nothing, in allowing our families to go hungry or to slip further into hardship. That's not the Hawaii we want to live in. And it's not the legacy we want our leadership to be defined by when crises reach our shores.
The news brought joy to senior SNAP recipients who plan to share their new benefit.
It makes me feel good, at least we helped our kupunas here, and helped everybody else.
I think it's a big relief. Now they don't have to worry about where the food is coming from.
If you're struggling during the shutdown, find links to resources on our website, hawaiinewsnow.com. Annalisa Burgos, Hawaii News Now.
Now, many small businesses here in Hawaii are feeling the impacts of the government shutdown now in its 31st day. Ross Appliance and Mattress in Kalihi sells refurbished appliances and beds. It has many local military customers and says it's seen a major drop in sales. So it's having a 10% off Halloween sale.
We've noticed over the last 3 or 4 weeks that our sales have pretty much gone down anywhere from 30 to 50% a day, especially with SNAP going away technically Saturday. We're trying to do what we can, and we're trying to generate as much sales as we can because we have a lot of people to support here.
Analysts say retail stores, hotels, and restaurants near federal offices are also seeing reduced foot traffic and revenue. Prosecutors have requested to hold Kapahulu standoff suspect Robert Morris without bail. The 49-year-old barricaded himself in a home on Herbert Street on October 21st and allegedly shot a federal agent who was trying to execute a narcotics warrant. His court appearance was delayed twice because he was getting medical treatment. A detention hearing is now scheduled for next week, Tuesday. And Big Island crash suspect Kimo Medeiros faced a judge Thursday from his hospital bed on Oahu and was formally charged with 2 counts of manslaughter, among other things. The 43-year-old is accused of driving drunk before he slammed head-on into a car carrying 6 people last Thursday on Daniel K. Inouye Highway just north of Hilo. 47-year-old Anina Masichi and her 3-week-old granddaughter were killed. Court documents say Medeiros fought with police when they tried to take a sock filled with meth from his pocket. Now, yesterday, defense attorneys requested supervised release, but prosecutors said Medeiros is a clear flight risk.
He has an operating vehicle under the influence from 2017, and 3 days before this incident, he was cited for driving without a license 3 days prior, once again demonstrating he cannot comply with orders or instructions.
The judge denied the request and maintained bail at $1.5 million. Medeiros is due back in court on Monday. Police have opened a first-degree animal cruelty investigation. This after a puppy was shot at a homeless camp in Kapolei. The Hawaiian Humane Society says the dog is now receiving treatment at a private animal clinic. No arrests have been reported. If you have any information regarding this case, you're asked to call Crime Stoppers. HPD released surveillance video showing a masked man pointing a handgun at a clerk and stealing a cash register at Halava Heights Market. This happened last Sunday, just after 4 p.m. Investigators say he fled in a 4-door Go Toyota sedan with dark windows. Call police with any tips. An update now on an attempted murder case from last month in Kapolei. Police have arrested a suspect for a stabbing. It left a 39-year-old man critically injured. Back on September 6th, the victim was found with multiple wounds near the intersection of Manavai Street and Kapolei Parkway. Investigators were able to identify the 37-year-old male suspect who was taken into custody yesterday at a transitional leaving center in Kapolei. Charges are pending. And employees at Paradise Cove Luau are preparing for the closing of the longtime iconic visitor destination. Landowner James Campbell Company announced that Paradise Cove will hold its last luau on December 31st. It'll make way for a new $135 million retail and entertainment complex. It's the end of a 47-year era and an ohana for the 172 workers there.
We always talk about this place like it was our second home, or actually our first home. We just go back and forth to our home, our families, to visit them and see our families, but this is where, really our first home.
Employees received their official 60-day notices last Friday. Paradise Cove has already been holding job fairs for workers and providing resources for unemployment benefits. As Hawaii's new green fee moves closer to taking effect, a video on YouTube highlights some of the projects the tourism tax could benefit.
Act 96, and this new green fee is so important for our Aina. But what will it look like in our own backyard?
The video released by Care for Aina Now was created to boost participation in the Green Fee Advisory Council Project Ideal Portal. The portal closes at midnight on Sunday. You can submit ideas until then at greenfeehawaii.org. The green fee takes effect on January 1st. A new way to get to Hanauma Bay without having to drive there. The city has partnered with the Roberts Hawaii Tour Company to offer a new ticketing package. It includes entry fees and round-trip electric bus transportation from several locations in the Ala Moana Waikiki area. During the ride there, visitors will be shown the Nature's Preserve's educational video that all entrants are required to view. 400 tickets will be available daily. Links to reserve tickets will be available on Hanauma Bay and Roberts Hawaii websites. That begins tomorrow. And with the strike by Kapiolani Medical Center for Women and Children's Technicians, housekeeping staff, dietary team members, and others now at the 2-week mark, the hospital's nurses and respiratory therapists are stepping forward to intervene on behalf of their co-workers. A strongly worded petition was presented to the hospital's leaders during a press conference this morning. The ordeal of being locked out of their jobs for 22 days after a 1-day strike in September is still fresh in the minds of the Kapiolani Medical Center nurses, and they felt compelled to take action to support their co-workers who are critical to the smooth operations of the hospital.
How's it, everybody? Happy Halloween. The weather's not so scary. We are going to have some showers, though. We're not expecting a lot of rain. Don't worry. For Halloween and for trick-or-treating tonight, we'll see these kinds of showers, right? Similar to what we had yesterday, favoring windward sides. They'll be light in nature. They'll be passing as well, because we will have these trade wind breezes running pretty swift today. But the trade winds will ease up over the weekend. So enjoy today. It's going to be a beautiful day. Nothing too scary. Again, few morning showers and a few showers through the evening.
And that sounds like a perfect forecast for this Halloween. Federal investigators say they've stopped a potential terrorist attack, this in the state of Michigan. In a social media post, FBI Director Kash Patel said the subjects were allegedly plotting an attack over Halloween weekend in the suburban Detroit area. Multiple people between the ages of 16 and 20 were arrested Friday. Law enforcement was or has been seen searching a house in Dearborn. For parents, they're concerned about their kids trick-or-treating. Authorities say there is no threat to the community at this time.
The plans were not concrete, but the FBI was worried enough that they stepped in and conducted those raids, made those 5 arrests.
The suspects were allegedly inspired by a former member of the Michigan Army National Guard who was arrested in May. Authorities claim the 19-year-old was planning an ISIS-inspired attack against an Army site in suburban Detroit. And coming up, the latest on Hurricane Melissa as the powerful storm continues its trek in the Atlantic Ocean. We'll have details on that coming up. Plus, we'll update you on how the federal government shutdown is affecting air travel across the nation. This Is Now continues right after the break. Cities in the Northern Caribbean face a long, costly cleanup in the aftermath of Hurricane Melissa. The Category 5 storm leveled entire communities across Jamaica, killing at least 19 people. Residents are working to clear roads and return to what's left of their homes, while search and rescue teams from the United States assist in the recovery efforts that are ongoing.
We might not be able to find too many people that are still alive, especially this later in the game, but it's about bringing that closure to the families, and that's what really matters.
I think the entire Jamaica is really broken because of what has happened, but we remain resilient.
Melissa also caused extensive damage in Haiti and in Cuba, with roughly 50 people killed across the region. The National Hurricane Center today downgraded Melissa to a post-tropical cyclone. Melissa is on track to pass the northeast U.S. and Canada tonight. Now, more than 7,000 flights were delayed Thursday, partly due to staffing issues. Many air traffic controllers are not getting paid. Christian Benavides is at Orlando's airport tracking the shutdown's impact there.
As this shutdown continues, you're going to see more pressure on controllers, more pressure on TSA workers, and that's going to have real impact.
That impact hitting several major airports Thursday as FAA facilities across the country experienced staffing issues, including here in Orlando. The FAA says a shortage in controllers almost led them to shut down the runways, but an hour later, they were able to secure enough staff. Flyers faced delays up to 4 hours.
It's not just affecting those employees, it's affecting us too, and it's a huge chain reaction.
It comes as around 13,000 air traffic controllers missed their first full paycheck on Tuesday, and they could miss at least 2 more by Thanksgiving if the stalemate continues.
I worry about the air traffic controllers who, of course, make this entire system extra safe. I worry about them, more worried about their credit card bill than they should be because they're not getting a paycheck.
You support unpaid air traffic controllers? And with more controllers calling out sick and the holidays right around the corner, Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy had this stark warning Thursday.
Our traffic will be snarled, right? It'll be a disaster in aviation.
Several major airlines have called for Congress to reopen the government. Some of them have started providing food assistance and other support to federal aviation employees who are currently working without pay. Christian Benavides, CBS News, Orlando.
And right now we're taking a live look at Honolulu Harbor with the Waianae Mountains in the background there. A beautiful, happy Halloween as it's beginning to take shape for this afternoon and evening. We'll give you the full forecast as to what's coming up for your Halloween and beyond, so stay with us. This is Now here on Hawaii News Now.
First alert weather.
with Guy Huggy.
How's it on this Halloween? We've got some pretty nice weather today and actually through tomorrow. But by Sunday, you see that cold front? It's going to drop in with more clouds, more showers. For Kauai, you could even see a fair bit of rain to cause some flooding. Not a guarantee, but again, the time frame is between Sunday night, so watch for that. Now, this morning, we've got just a smattering of showers. There's really no significant rainfall expected until that front comes in. So this is what we'll see today and tonight. Just a few passing showers for your trick-or-treating, mostly for windward sides. If you're on the leeward sides, there's not going to be much rain at all. And whatever rain comes in will also be moving out very quickly, limiting the rainfall buildups. And that's because of the breezy winds, which will hold on for one more day. It's going to be a beautiful day today with lots of sunshine. But again, we've got a few showers this morning for windward sides. We might have stray showers through the day. And then in the evening hours, look for fairly dry conditions for leeward sides and a few passing showers mainly for windward and Mocha areas. Surf's on the rise. We've got a couple swells coming in today, rising to 6 to 8 in the afternoon. A reinforcement is due tomorrow. High surf advisories will likely be posted for north and west shores. South shores, east shores, a little on the downside, especially on the south shore where things are falling, quite quickly. And now, as far as the weather for the next several days, this is what we're looking at. Nice conditions for Halloween, lots of sunshine. Again, there will likely be a few passing showers from time to time. Not a lot of rain, not a washout by any stretch. Beautiful conditions tomorrow, but by tomorrow night in through Sunday, that front's going to drop in with increasing showers on Monday. They might be lingering through Tuesday. Most of the showers will favor the west end of the state. There is a chance for Kauai to get some heavy rain, which could lead to flooding, again, mainly for Kauai. So heads up, make preparations for that possibility. And then after that, the rain really starts to subside. We've got lots of sunshine with light winds through most of next week.
Thank you very much, Guy. Really good forecast for Halloween, and we're all doing our part to look the part, right? The Hawaiian Humane Society, by the way, is encouraging the public to take precautions for your pet's safety this coming Halloween. And that's taking place tonight with lots of different treats around that actually could be harmful to your pets. It's important that those treats are kept way out of reach. Hawaiian Humane Society is also telling people to keep your pets indoors. Costumes and loud noises from the holiday could leave your pet feeling a bit stressed. For more information, please visit hawaiianhumane.org. And if you still don't have plans for Halloween night, well, don't worry, we have you covered. We're sharing some of the family-friendly fun happenings this weekend. Our Casey Lunn is in Waikiki with some of those options.
Aloha from International Marketplace. Spooky happenings here for Halloween, and I'm afraid I forgot my Halloween costume, but luckily Amelia Zanoni helped me out. Howdy.
Howdy, partner.
This is what you get when
you look great.
You look great, but this is what I get when I don't plan a Halloween costume as I should.
You really ought to plan a Halloween
costume.
So
thank you. We're Ken and Barbie, but a much better looking Barbie than I am. Ken, I want to just show people around, though. This is going to be so
show
awesome.
around.
Tell us what's happening at International Marketplace for Halloween, starting at like 4 today, right?
For Halloween at 4 p.m. we have keiki trick-or-treating. It's free and fun for the whole family. It's also pet friendly, so you can bring your pup down who can get some pet treats at the stores with blue balloons. There's balloon artists, face painting, and just, fun, family-friendly activities before it gets spooky.
Yes, and what's happening when it gets spooky? That's when the big kids get to play. And again, we want to talk about safety, too, because, we're in Waikiki, there's a lot going on, but you definitely want people to be safe when they're getting here and they're leaving, right?
Yes, of course. So we have the Zombie Hideaway Bar in the Treehouse, as well as in the Banyan Court downstairs on level 1. Shorefire is doing their Inferno event. Moani Waikiki is doing a Spooky Laulea. That's a ticketed event starting at 10 p.m. And as you mentioned, safety first, safety always, right?
Yeah.
We want to offer a $5 lift credit to those of you who are going to be out and having a little bit of fun, having a little bit of libations. $5 off. Use IMP Halloween while supplies last. Just have fun, be cautious, be courteous to people, and just we're Hawaii, so treat everybody with aloha.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for being with me, my friend Malia. And reminder, it's pet friendly and parking's super easy here
Parking's
too.
super easy.
If you want to just come for the kids for the 4 to 16, come on down and enjoy Waikiki, because I think most people think, Waikiki is such a hassle, but it's super easy.
And it's fun. We're one of the few places in the world, in the country, that get to celebrate Halloween where it's warm out and not freezing. We're not shivering down the street.
Absolutely awesome treehouse. You gotta come check it out here at International Marketplace. All the details at HawaiiNewsNow.com. Happy Halloween!
Spooky!
Thank you, Casey. Yes, happy Halloween to you too. Now, coming up after the break, we're going to head to the Oakland Zoo for a beautiful Halloween event. Stay with us. We'll be back shortly. Well, you know, we can't forget our furry friends when it comes to Halloween. It was all treats and no tricks for the animals at the Oakland Zoo in California. You can see that the animals are getting into the Halloween spirit as they munched and they crunched on bright orange pumpkins. It was all part of an event called Boo at the Zoo. Visitors were able to donate pumpkins for the animals to enjoy. You can see this guy really enjoying it right there. There was even a costume contest for those who participated in the event. The zoo's party animals are living proof that you're never too old or too human to get into the spirit of the spooky season. And finally, let's take a look at this. We all know this dance, right? Kind of wants to make you move as we speak right here. That's, of course, Thrillers from Michael Jackson, Thrills and Chills, to kick off Halloween at Shriners Children's Hospital. Dozens of staff at the hospital on Punahou Street put on their best Thriller performance during a flash mob in the lobby. The hospital says it was a frightfully fun way to celebrate the spooky season. Look at him busting a move right there. You know, I want to get into the act right there and kind of show him our ghoulish moves as well. But yeah, getting really into it. I guess that's the thing to do on Halloween or the day before Halloween, maybe even after Halloween as well. But again, good work, guys. Looking very nice. Get into the spirit of Halloween. Once again, want to remind you to be safe out there as you take the kids out for trick-or-treating or whatever festivities you're doing tonight. Just be safe, enjoy yourself, and have malama and aloha for each other as you folks go about the holiday weekend. More news coming up tonight at 4 here at Hawaii News Now. Have a good day. Aloha, malama pono.